welcome back, guys, to Trauma, to what just happened, to, wasn't expecting this before Thanksgiving, but here we are. What is it, a plate of turkey with a side of trauma. Anyways, welcome back to our F1 video. It is our recap and preview, so let's get started.
Well, we're recapping Las Vegas. We're previewing Qatar.
Right. We'll just pretend I said that. Anyway, we've got some tea. I don't know how else to say it. We got some stuff happening. So let's get started. First thing first, Max gets the 69th win of his career. I know this made his day. I saw the celebration. I know he was excited, mostly because he would like that to be his driver's number one day. For his luck, I hope it happens. It will not though. But next thing we have Lewis took Travis Scott, Jay-Z, Beyonce all on hot laps. Cool.
I mean, it's pretty big news when Beyonce gets involved, but I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. And then we have Lewis is the only Ferrari driver with more than 10 Grand Prix with the team who has finished last in qualifying purely on pace.
Yikes. Yeah, just like we said with Max and his first Q1 exit, that was purely on pace. And now Lewis, yikes.
And then we had the last two drivers to start 17th and end up on a podium was Max in Brazil 2024 and Kimi in Las Vegas 2025. Honestly, I was not prepared for him to actually improve so much on probably one of the toughest tracks for a lot of people. It's not the toughest track, but it is a lot for a lot of people. So
yeah, and he went 48 laps on the hard tires out of 51 laps. Like, you gotta give him some credit here.
So I think he surprised me, honestly. I was not expecting him to prove us wrong, but I'm so happy because I predicted he would at least be on the podium. So then we have Aston Martin fires Andy Cowell and releases reserve driver Felipe Drogovic. Rumors about Charles going to AM, but we'll wait until after the first couple of races of the 2026 season to decide.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, honestly, I don't think that's a bad move for him, considering that car is with the Honda engine, and the Honda engine is supposed to be good next year.
But then 2025 was the first time in history that Ferrari suffered a double disqualification, and the first time in history that McLaren had a double disqualification. Oh yeah, I forgot about both Ferraris. God, this has not been.
Nope. And not to mention both the Williams in qualifying the other race.
Oh yeah. So, dang. But moving on from that news, let's go to some more exciting news. Ollie becomes the first Haas driver to score points 5 races in a row. Okay, insert 87 meme.
87.
I would rather say 87 any other day.
Not 7, not 3-1, 87.
And then we have Lando is the first driver in F1 history to reach 150 races with their first team, McLaren. After all he's done, McLaren. Moving on now.
Foreshadowing for later.
And then only 5 drivers have taken 3 or more consecutive poles while driving a McLaren. Guess who? Driving a McLaren. Only 5 drivers have taken 3. So we've got, I'm going to say Lando, Oscar, DRS, Danny Ricciardo? No. Carlos? No. Carlos had a rough year. McLaren.
You gotta go a little
Older.
One's a little bit older, and then the rest are really kind of older. But
Senna?
Yep, you got another one. Got Lando and Senna.
So there's 5?
Uh-huh.
Crap, I don't know who all drove for McLaren.
You can definitely get one out of the 3. Still really.
Schumacher? No.
No, he didn't drive
No.
for me.
He did go through all. Bortolet, no. Bortolet's was that. Wasn't he? Didn't he drive for McLaren in F2?
The junior development program, yeah.
Okay, not Oscar. I might try it. Y'all, you know I'm bad at guessing names. My bad. I should really guess this. You've got Sebastian Vettel. I'm just going through names right now. You gotta let me think.
Well, Vettel's on the right track.
Schumacher, Vettel. Did one of the guys end up racing for Red Bull?
I'm gonna say no, but I'm honestly not sure.
Kimi, no. Yes, Kimi Räikkönen.
Yep.
Okay,
that's the one I thought you could get. So you
who
got
are the other 2?
The other 2, James Hunt. So that's a little bit older, yeah. And then the other one's Mika Hakkinen. Which that one I thought would be a bit of a stretch, but you're always like that guy with the H, and that's who you're thinking of, Mika Hakkinen. And I was like, well, if you were up to date with the McLaren news, you would also know that his daughter got signed to
with
McLaren's developmental driver program.
I forgot about that. Yeah, they signed a bunch of new people.
Yeah, all 3 Ellas.
Yeah. But anyways, let's move on to our race recap.
Of course. I'm gonna try and keep this as short as possible because I'm a little bit in pain from it, but that's okay. So, our race recap. Lap 1, Lando was ahead of Max, but he missed his braking point, causing him to go wide in turn 1. Therefore, Max was able to get the switch back and continue. However, Lando's wide line allowed George into the mix as well, so Lando dropped down to 3rd, and Max and George were able to get through. Now down into turn 1, further back in the field, Gabby did a dive bomb. He took out Lance in the process, and in the avoiding action, Liam turns to make a wide line, and Oscar's on the outside of him, and they have wheel-to-wheel contact. However, they both continue. Kimi also got a 5-second false start penalty that I was like, that's really nitpicky about, because honestly, he was so far back behind the line.
Yeah.
But he was inching further, but you win some, you lose some, I guess. And then lap 2, after the collision wheel-to-wheel contact between Oscar and Liam actually sustained some damage to his front wing. So that wasn't great. He had to go into the pits and, get a new front wing. And then we have lap 5 where Charles passes Ollie for P7, and then lap 12, Charles passes Oscar for P6, and then literally the next lap, in the same place, Charles passes Isaac for P5. So lap 14, we have contact between Lewis and Alex, resulting in a 5-second penalty for Alex because the FIA ruled, or not the FIA, the stewards ruled Alex as causing a collision. So that was unfortunate. When they announced that penalty for Alex, I was literally like, guys, he's 30 seconds behind. You really gotta kick him while he's down?
Yeah, I'm gonna put a penalty on him too, like, dang. Way to make a guy feel down.
Yeah. Lap 16, Oscar passes Isaac for P6 now on the safety car restart after it turned green. And then lap 23, Carlos gets passed by Oscar because Carlos went into the pit to get hards, and Oscar stayed out on the mediums. And then Oscar was able to pass Carlos fairly easily because he was on tires that were warmed up and Carlos was not. And so then lap 24, Ferrari pits Charles, and he ends up coming out behind Oscar, but in front of Carlos. So McLaren did undercut Charles. And then lap 34, we had Lando passing George for P2. Finally. And then lap 38, we have Oscar, Kimi, and Charles all battling down all the straights with DRS. And it was just like, I'm not going to keep track of who's going where because you're going to end up switching. And then lap 48, Lando's car actually came down with a fuel problem. So they actually said that he didn't have enough fuel. And then the last lap, he was literally coasting majority of the lap.
Yeah.
And we were on FaceTime together, so we were watching it. And we were just we were constantly looking at the top left of our screen. We're like watching the time. We're like, stop going down, stop going down. Like we were both so stressed out over it.
I was watching the map, and you can just see Lando's orange little circle slowly making a gap bigger and bigger and bigger between Max. You see Max cross the line and he's still all the way over here, and you just slowly see him like slowing down, but he still has a big enough gaps between George. And then but George was also having steering issues, so he was struggling. And you just like you can just see both of their cars start slowing down. So we were just like we were on the edge of our seats, just like, Lando, you got this, keep pushing, we're so close, just keep going. And yeah, but to the results.
All right, so we have Max in first, Lando in second, George in third, Oscar in fourth, Kimi in fifth, Charles in sixth, Carlos in seventh, Hajar Isaac in P8, Nico P9, and Lewis in P10. However, after the race, we mentioned earlier McLaren double disqualification. So, post-race technical inspection, it is found that the plank wear was too much. So, they got disqualified. Lando's was by 0.12 millimeters, and Oscar's was by 0.26 millimeters. Now, the width of a human hair is between 0.17 millimeters and I think, what was it, like maybe 20 millimeter, 0.20 millimeters. So that just shows you Lando was aware, and that's part of the reason why it wasn't all down to the fuel, because in free practice and qualifying, mind you, he said that the car was porpoising, meaning it was going up and down and it was hitting the ground. What does the team do?
Nothing.
They run it too low. They don't take accountability. And then afterwards, Stella refused to be like, oh yeah, that was our bad. He said this. He came out and said that the car was porpoising. Like, what?
McLaren did them dirty. They had the options. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't tell you what to do. It's happened. But things could have been prevented.
Yeah.
Also, a fun fact about the disqualification, I would just like to point out, I went to bed literally right after the race ended. I didn't even see Lando get his trophy. Hate on me. It had been a long day, a long weekend. I just wanted to go to bed. I knew we had won. I was happy, whatever. I wake up at like 6 in the morning and I see a bunch of my friends had texted me, minus M. I guess M, you stayed up late, but you didn't see the disqualification because it happened right after you went to bed.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, maybe I read that wrong. I went back to bed, woke up, saw everything, and was like, oh, great.
And then at that point, she texted me about it, but I was still asleep.
So I'm like texting her like for a good 4.5 hours. Like, hey, are you alive? Do you see this? Are you seeing this? Please tell me you're seeing this. Finally, she texts back and she goes, nah, dude, I was asleep. Which means our winners are Max, George, and Gimme.
In my defense, I did stay up to watch the podium to make a video about it.
She did. I have to give that to her. I wasn't mad that she was still asleep. I was concerned that she wasn't answering me for 4 hours. Which usually by 10 o'clock, she's like right on it. And it's like 12 o'clock. And I'm like, did she die?
Yeah, I
Long
chose
distance
to
problems. It's okay.
rather than.
But anyways, let's move on to the actual result, even though I just kind of gave it away.
Yes. So as we said, Max, George, Kimi is our podium. 4th becomes Charles. 5th, Carlos. 6th, Isaac. 7th, Nico. 8th, Lewis. And then a double Haas point finish. Esteban in 9th and Ollie in 10th. As we said, Ollie becomes the first Haas driver to score in 5 consecutive races. There we go. But 11th we have Fernando, 12th we have Yuki, 13th we have Pierre, 14th we have Liam. Is that right? 15th we have Franco. Oh, yes. I was just reading that wrong. My bad. And then our DNFs are Alex, Gabby, and Lance. And of course, McLaren's. But our leaderboard. So we both had George winning. It didn't go great, but that's fine. I had Kimmy in 2nd. Julie had Kimmy in 3rd. So Julie gets an extra point. She gets 3 points. I get 2 points. So Julie's up to 87 and I am at 98 now. But we'll preview Qatar here. So the first Grand Prix was held in 2021. It's a total of 57 laps. The lap distance is 5.419 kilometers. The race distance is 308.611 kilometers. And the lap record was set by Lando last year, and that record is 1 minute, 22 seconds, 0.384. And last year, our winner was Max, followed by Charles, and then Oscar in 3rd. However, there was a sprint last year, and I didn't look at the results of that. So, let me just quick pull those up. Oh, okay. So the sprint for last year, if I can type, Oscar won, Lando got 2nd, and George got 3rd. Not that that helps at all, but so I think we should start with our sprint predictions. Also, there's no chance of rain because we're in the desert this week.
I am gonna automatically say, because I feel like Lando needs a redemption, I'm gonna put Lando in 1st for the sprint.
Okay.
I honestly, I want to see Ollie.
Okay.
In a sprint, so I'm gonna say maybe Ollie in 2nd, and
well, he won in F2 last year.
And then I'm gonna put Max in 3rd.
Okay. I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna put Max in 1st. That pains me, but I'm gonna do it. I am going to put George in 2nd, and I'm gonna put Lando in 3rd.
Slay. Okay.
But now for the race.
Let's see. I'm gonna keep it strong and Lando in 1st. I'm gonna say maybe George in 2nd.
Alright.
I feel like Kimmy could pop off again and maybe get, but I don't know, 50-50 with him. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Max in 2nd and George in 3rd.
You like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. I'm locking it in. I'm gonna go with that. My foot's asleep.
All
Oh my
right.
god.
See, I don't know what I want to do. I'm feeling a little bit nervy here. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do for the race. This is
I
just so bad.
think. Wait, I
You know
think I'm
what?
gonna make ramen.
Say what?
I'm talking to myself.
Okay. I'm gonna do something that could very much make me depressed. But I think I'm gonna pick Ferrari to win this race with Charles.
Girl, you're stepping into a line you're not ready for.
I know.
You're really gonna,
Finished P2 there last year.
you're either gonna be super depressed or super
I
excited.
only finished 6 seconds behind me.
It's such a 50-50.
You gotta do it. And then I will put Lando in second, and then I'm going to put Max in third because Lando only needs to outscore. Well, we're getting to that in a second, so I'll just zip my lips, you know?
Okay. So that's our podium predictions. Let us know in the comments your podium predictions. But now to our driver scenarios to win. We did this last week. We're gonna do it again. Cause let's just talk about it. So there are only 58 points remaining, okay? Lando has a 24-point gap to Max and Oscar because they are both tied currently. Is that what you want me to go for?
Yeah, that was the one point I wanted to make. I was like, we just gotta clarify that.
They're tied.
6 points, and Lando has 390.
So how Max can win is he must win everything. And I mean everything. He needs to win the Qatar Sprint, Qatar Grand Prix, and Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. This will literally equal 58 points. And this will help him clinch the Drivers' Championship. Now, Norris must score 30 points or fewer, and Piastri must score 58 points or fewer. That's not right.
34.
34. Thank you. What did I say?
You said 30.
Close enough. If Norris outscores Verstappen by 35 points across Qatar, Max is eliminated from Abu Dhabi. Like, not from Abu Dhabi, but before Abu Dhabi, so he can't even try. And then his path is narrow, but still alive thanks to the Vegas disqualifications.
We said it was highly unlikely, and what happens? It happens.
It happens. And then now to Oscar. This is how Oscar can win. He needs to outscore Norris consistently in Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Examples being winning 2 Grand Prix plus the Qatar Sprint, which is 58 points, while Norris finishes P3 or lower, could swing the lead before Abu Dhabi. If Norris extends his lead to 26 points after Qatar, Piastri is eliminated. His best chances to beat Norris head-to-head in every remaining session.
I mean, however, I think if Lando finishes P2 in this scenario, Lando still wins. So
yeah. But not to Lando. So this is how Lando wins. He clinches in Qatar if he is 26 points clear of both rivals after Sunday's race. If not, he can still secure the title in Abu Dhabi by entering with a 26 plus point lead. Even finishing second in all remaining races and sprints would guarantee him the championship, since neither rivals could outscore him enough. So, like we were saying, he still has a pretty good lead on everyone else, but again, there is still a chance for everyone to win. It's going to be harder for Oscar and Max to manage that more than Lando. And this doesn't include the fact that McLaren could totally screw Lando up in the next couple races. And I know you Max fans are probably preying on that downfall, but it surprised me. Y'all are some toxic people.
I mean, you can't say that.
On someone's downfall like that.
No, but Lando's fan base is equally as toxic.
It's toxic, yeah, I can't say anything about that. Everyone's fan base is slightly toxic.
Oh gosh. At least we're not Pierre Gasly fans. That could be a whole nother level of toxic.
You're right. Like, what is wrong with y'all people pulling together? But let's just not get into a quick little summary. So Norris can clinch in Qatar if he's 26 points clear, otherwise Abu Dhabi. Piastri needs a big wins and to consistently finish ahead of Norris, eliminated if gap grows after Qatar. Verstappen must win everything and rely on both McLaren stumbling, otherwise eliminated. So, quick little summary there, but I hope you guys liked this video. And to any of my fellow McLaren fans, I understand how you guys felt when you woke up in the morning. Everyone's like, what? Hopefully this weekend is way better. But again, don't forget to leave your predictions in the comments below, any of your thoughts, any of the things you saw throughout this week, or any of your reactions to how this weekend went, and what you're expecting for this next weekend. Don't forget to subscribe because we do post more and more videos. And if you forget to subscribe, or if you don't forget, turn on our post notifications so you don't miss the next video. Check out our links in the description below for our other social media pages, as we do edit videos and post them. If there is anything else, we do have the 12 Days of Christmas coming up sooner than later, so don't miss that. We will be doing our big F1, just everything, so like we did last year, so don't forget to look out for that. And we do have some other videos coming out too, if you would like to check out any of our other videos other than F1, because we do more than just F1. So if you'd like to check out those, keep a lookout for that. Any of the videos that are suggested at the end of this video, check them out. They're probably good videos. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So don't forget to like and subscribe.